Deep within the shadows of the world's forests, something ancient and unseen stirs. For centuries, people have whispered of creatures that defy explanation. Beasts that move silently through the trees, leaving only claw marks, howls, and mystery behind. Are they remnants of a forgotten age, or something far more sinister hiding from the light? Tonight, we journey deep into the heart of the wild to uncover the truth behind the legends. Prepare yourself, because what lurks in the forest may be closer than you think. Welcome to the Beasts of the Forest. What's lurking in the wild? The Beasts of the Forest. What's lurking in the wild? Into the green, unknown. Forests have always held an eerie fascination for humankind. Beneath their canopies of ancient trees and whispering winds, secrets stir. Creatures unseen by modern eyes, legends that refuse to die, and shadows that seem to breathe. For centuries, people have ventured into the woods and emerged forever changed, or never returned at all. From the dense Amazon to the misty pines of North America, tales of strange beasts lurking in the wilderness continue to haunt our imagination. Are these stories mere superstition, or is there truly something alive, ancient, and waiting in the green depths of the world's forests? This exploration, The Beasts of the Forest, What's Lurking in the Wild, dives into the heart of these mysteries, uncovering ancient myths, modern sightings, scientific possibilities, and the enduring fear that something monstrous still walks among the trees. Chapter 1. The Forest as a Realm of Mystery. Forests are among the oldest and most mysterious ecosystems on Earth. They are alive with sound, creaks, rustles, growls, and calls that can make even seasoned explorers uneasy. Yet beyond the known inhabitants, bears, wolves, and big cats, there are stories of other creatures. In folklore, the forest was often viewed as the border between civilization and chaos. In ancient Europe, villagers believed that demons and spirits lived among the trees. The Slavic Leshy, for example, was said to guard the woods, leading travelers astray until they vanished forever. In Japan, the Kodama were spirits believed to inhabit certain trees, punishing anyone who dared to cut them down. But these weren't just fairy tales. Many stories came from first-hand encounters, hunters seeing giant shapes in the fog, lumberjacks hearing inhuman cries, and travelers stumbling upon footprints too large for any known animal. The forest, vast and largely unexplored, became a natural stage for the unknown. Even today, with all our technology, more than half of the world's forests remain uncharted. Scientists estimate that millions of undiscovered species, animals, plants, fungi, and microbes still hide there. If that's true, then perhaps the monsters people claim to see aren't so impossible after all. Chapter 2. Legendary Forest Beasts of the World 1. The Wendigo, the Devourer of the North. Originating from the folklore of Algonquian-speaking tribes in North America, the Wendigo is described as a gaunt, skeletal creature with glowing eyes, sharp teeth, and an insatiable hunger for human flesh. According to legend, it was once human, transformed by greed or cannibalism during harsh winters into a supernatural predator. Reports of Wendigo-like creatures have persisted for centuries. Hunters in the deep woods of Canada and the northern U.S. claim to have seen tall, humanoid figures moving with unnatural speed between trees. Some modern researchers link these stories to cases of missing persons in remote forests. Could the Wendigo be a metaphor for human savagery, or an ancient predator yet undiscovered? 2. The Bigfoot, the hidden giant of the Pacific Northwest. Few forest legends are as globally recognized as Bigfoot. Described as a massive, ape-like creature covered in dark fur, Bigfoot has been sighted from the forests of Washington and Oregon to the mountains of British Columbia. Thousands of witnesses describe the same details: towering height, a foul odor, enormous footprints, and deep, guttural howls echoing through the night. Skeptics argue that Bigfoot sightings are misidentifications of bears or hoaxes. Yet physical evidence, giant tracks, hair samples, and unexplained vocalizations continues to puzzle researchers. Even with modern drones, trail cameras, and thermal imaging, no definitive proof has surfaced. That very absence, however, may be its greatest mystery. How can so many see what doesn't exist? 3. The Yeren, China's wild man. Deep in China's Shenangjia forest, legends tell of the Yeren, a reddish-haired humanoid creature standing nearly 8 feet tall. Reports of the Yeren go back thousands of years, appearing in imperial records and local folklore alike. Unlike Bigfoot, the Yeren is often described as shy, avoiding human contact and fleeing when spotted. Chinese scientists have led expeditions since the 1970s to locate evidence of the Yeren, collecting hair samples and large footprints. Some believe it could be a surviving branch of Gigantopithecus, a prehistoric ape thought to have gone extinct over 100,000 years ago. If so, it would mean a true prehistoric relic still roams Earth's forest today. 4. The Mapinguari, the guardian of the Amazon. In the vast Amazon rainforest, the Mapinguari is feared by local tribes as a monstrous, one-eyed beast covered in matted hair, with claws sharp enough to tear down trees. Some accounts even describe a foul-smelling, mouth-in-the-stomach creature whose roar can paralyze its prey. Cryptozoologists speculate the Mapinguari could be a surviving Megatherium, a giant ground sloth believed extinct for 10,000 years. The dense and largely uncharted Amazon could easily conceal such a creature, hidden in the green labyrinth where human eyes rarely venture. 5. The Orang Pendek, the forest man of Sumatra. In the jungles of Indonesia, witnesses have described the Orang Pendek, a small, muscular ape-like being walking upright like a human. Unlike Bigfoot, it's said to stand only about 3 feet tall. Scientists consider it one of the most plausible cryptids, as the island's isolation and history of unique species, like the Homo floresiensis hobbits of nearby Flores Island, make it biologically feasible. Expeditions have discovered hair samples and prints inconsistent with known primates. The Orang Pendek remains one of the most credible forest cryptids under study. Chapter 3. Modern Encounters and Evidence. Despite scientific skepticism, reports of mysterious forest creatures continue to surface every year. In 2022, hikers in Oregon captured thermal footage of a large bipedal figure moving through dense woodland at night. Wildlife experts ruled out known animals. In 2023, locals in the forests of Brazil recorded deep roars unlike any jaguar or tapir, leading some to speculate the Mapinguari had been heard again. In 2024, Chinese villagers claimed to have seen a large, red-furred ape crossing a remote mountain road, possibly another Yeren sighting. And in 2025, drone footage from Alaska revealed a massive, upright creature trekking through snow-covered trees, sparking debate across social media. Skeptics dismiss these as misidentifications, editing tricks, or mass hysteria. But eyewitness consistency across continents is difficult to ignore. Could all these people, hunters, soldiers, scientists, and villagers, be imagining the same things? Or are we collectively brushing up against something that refuses to be categorized? Even more curious are the physical traces. Large footprints, some with dermal ridges, have been found too deep for hoaxers to fake. Strange tufts of hair sometimes yield DNA results inconclusive or unknown primate. Remote audio recordings capture chilling howls and tree knocks that defy easy explanation. Modern technology has both debunked and deepened these mysteries. Every high-definition camera brings us closer to truth, but every blurry photo reminds us how easily the wild conceals its secrets. Chapter 4. Science versus myth. Can both be true? To many, tales of forest beasts seem unscientific. Yet history reminds us that disbelief often precedes discovery. When early explorers brought back tales of gorillas from Africa, scientists laughed them off as myths. The platypus was dismissed as a hoax. The okapi, a zebra-giraffe hybrid, was once thought to be fantasy. Even the giant squid was a sailor's legend until one washed ashore in the 19th century. So, could the creatures of the forest be real animals waiting to be found? Some biologists think so. Evolution, after all, doesn't stop just because we stop looking. In isolated ecosystems, like the dense Congo Basin or remote Himalayan valleys, unknown species could survive without detection. There's also the psychological and cultural side. Myths often grow from truth. A fleeting glimpse of an unknown animal, distorted by fear or darkness, could evolve into legend over generations. But what if those ancient encounters were real? Perhaps our ancestors knew of creatures that have since become elusive or rare. Then there's the ecological factor. Modern deforestation forces many animals deeper into the wild, away from human eyes. If reclusive primates or large mammals exist, they would instinctively avoid us. Forests are vast and human observation is limited. An ideal recipe for hidden life. Chapter 5. The forest as a living entity. There's another, deeper angle to this mystery. The idea that the forest itself is alive, aware, and capable of producing phenomena that defy logic. Some researchers and shamans alike believe that the forest has a consciousness. In such beliefs, the beasts we see are manifestations or guardians of that spirit, appearing when balance is threatened. For instance, the Mapinguari is said to punish those who exploit the Amazon. The Wendigo, born of greed and hunger, represents nature's vengeance against excess. Even outside spiritual interpretations, the forest operates as an interconnected intelligence. Trees communicate through underground fungal networks, the Wood Wide Web. When one tree is harmed, others respond chemically, warning of danger. It's almost as if the forest feels. Could the legends of mysterious creatures reflect humanity's ancient understanding of that intelligence, embodied in the shapes of beasts, guardians, and monsters? The answer may lie as much in philosophy as in biology. Chapter 6. Modern Fear and Fascination. Why are we so obsessed with monsters in the woods? The answer may be psychological. The forest, as a setting, symbolizes the unknown, the primal chaos beyond civilization's reach. It triggers something ancient in our brains, a survival instinct that still fears the dark rustle of unseen predators. Movies, documentaries, and social media amplify that fascination. From the Blair Witch Project to Bigfoot reality shows, the idea that something monstrous hides in the wilderness keeps drawing us back. Perhaps we want the mystery to remain unsolved. A world with no more secrets would be a dull one. There's also an existential reason. Forest monsters challenge our assumption of dominance. They remind us that humanity doesn't control everything, that nature is still vast, wild, and capable of surprise. In that way, they are both frightening and humbling. Chapter 7. What if they're real? Let's imagine for a moment that one of these creatures is finally proven to exist, a Bigfoot carcass, a living Yeren, or a Mapinguari filmed in daylight. The implications would be enormous. It would rewrite biology, anthropology, and history. We'd have to reconsider what we know about human evolution, especially if these creatures share ancestry with us. It would also raise ethical questions. Should they be captured or protected? Governments might restrict access to forest regions, either for research or secrecy. Ecotourism would surge. Science would scramble to adapt, and religion might find new meaning in the discovery. But most importantly, it would remind us that the world is still full of mystery, and that we have barely scratched its surface. Chapter 8. The Call of the Unknown. Whether real or imagined, the beasts of the forest serve a purpose. They remind us to respect nature, to stay curious, and to accept that some questions may never be fully answered. As long as forests stand, vast, whispering, and full of shadows, there will always be something lurking within them. Perhaps it's a monster. Perhaps it's just our reflection in the darkness, shaped by fear and wonder. But when the night falls and the wind rustles through the trees, listen closely. That low growl, that faint footstep, that distant cry, it could be the echo of something ancient. Something that's been watching us since the dawn of time. Something that never left. Into the wild. The forests of our planet are more than ecosystems. They are gateways to mystery. They breathe with ancient life and conceal truths that may never be fully known. The tales of the Wendigo, Bigfoot, Yeren Mapinguari, and Orang Pendek are not just stories of monsters. They are mirrors of human curiosity, fear, and awe. Whether these beasts are real or symbolic, they keep alive our connection to the unknown. In every rustle of leaves and shadow between trees, we are reminded that the wild still holds its secrets, and that perhaps some of those secrets are alive. So the next time you find yourself walking alone through a silent forest, remember this: the wild is never truly empty. You may not see them, but the beasts of the forest are always there, lurking, watching, waiting. The forests still whisper their secrets, and the truth remains hidden beneath the canopy. Are these beasts real, or are they echoes of our deepest fears? One thing is certain: the wild is far from empty. As night falls and shadows grow long, remember that nature still holds mysteries beyond our understanding. If you've enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay alert, and never wander too deep into the woods. You never know what's watching from the darkness.